Hey guys, it's me again coming to you from my favorite place. Can you hear those birds? It's pretty awesome. I just wanted to check in today and let you know that we are all asking the same question, and that is, what is the real estate market like and what do we expect it to be in the future? And luckily, our awesome board at the Salt Lake Board of Realtors has a podcast, and I was able to listen to that today, that's talking about the state of the economy, that's talking about the state of the real estate market and where they expect it to be. So I'm going to take that 45-minute podcast and give you a quick rundown of what I heard them saying. So one thing to note about real estate is that when it talks about trends in the market, we are always looking historically. So for example, someone puts a contract in on a home in February, it probably doesn't close until March, maybe end of March, April, so 30 to 45 days. So when the action takes place, where people are out there looking at homes and then they purchase the home and they make the offer, it takes 30 to 45 days. So we're always looking at our numbers historically, and that's very important when we start talking about the economy, because right now we are showing that March was pretty good, which is kind of surprising because everyone's like, wait, the virus, caused a change in the economy during March. But that's because those contracts started the end of January or February before everything was happening. So we are still a little bit in the world of the unknown of what we are to expect. So one thing they did say is that, yes, we have lost 20%. From the 20th of last month, we have lost 48%. We've dropped off 48%, which is a huge slow of the market. And that is in showings, that is in under contracts, that is the number of homes that are going into withdrawn status or off market status. So it definitely has slowed. But here's the thing, guys, there is a silver lining. We have such low inventory right now, especially in the under $500,000 range in the state of Utah, that those homes are still moving. People are still being able to view them virtually. We've got a lot of resources and tips that we can do and take care of to be able to help those homes move. And our Board of Realtors is on top of it. They are doing everything that they can to help make sure that our market stays strong. So that range is still moving. There's still such a low inventory that it is still a seller's market. And it's okay to list your home right now. It's okay to be brave and to make those choices. Obviously, people are a little nervous about the big changes and want to wait and see. So we're kind of expecting that this quarter is going to be kind of a low for us in the real estate market, and that our normal spring pickup is actually going to end up starting in the summertime or in May. So you'll probably see a lot more homes hit the market come May or June, and we'll see that more homes are going to sell then. Another thing they're talking about is people are kind of saying, we're waiting for that bubble to pop, prices are going to drop like they did in 2008. And what they're saying is this is a little bit of a different market, because in 2008, it was definitely a real estate driven economy decline, where right now, this is not because of real estate. So the homes are still selling at price, they're still selling where they're listing at, and we're not seeing a huge drop at the current time, and not really expecting that to happen. Another thing to consider that we just really don't know enough about right now is the lending market, because we don't know what's going to change as far as qualifications go. And that's not really where I'm going to talk today. So I highly recommend, if you have questions about the lending, that you reach out to a lender. I'd be happy to refer you to a couple. We can discuss that and talk about what interest rates really are, what they're really seeing close right now, because there's a lot of misinformation out there that we want to make sure that we're talking to the right sources, and that's the lender. There's a lot of great resources, a lot of great sites out there talking about statistics that you can see, and I will have those on my website at homesbymarianne.com. In the bio, you can find that. I will have a lot of links to all the information that they gave, as well as to the podcast if you have any questions. But for right now, basically, our economy, as far as real estate goes, is still holding firm. And we are hopeful that we will be able to continue to be a strong market and a strong economy, and everything is pointing in that direction. So if you can just hang in there, if you have questions, I'd love to be able to answer them or refer you to someone that can. But as far as a market goes, if you're a first-time home buyer market, or you're selling a home that would reach that group of people, it's still strong. It's really strong. The jumbo market's a little bit more concerning and hasn't been moving quite as quickly just because, again, comes down to lending, comes down to what's available and what's out there. So hang in there. We can do this. We are all in this together, and this is just a brief recap of that awesome podcast by our Board of Realtors.